So good morning everyone, I am April Gumagazon and today I will be the one who discuss the introduction about the water pollution. So first, let's discuss about the water pollution and what it is the main causes of this. So first, water pollution is when mao ni siya ang harmful nga mga substances nga ma-mix adto sa water. So for example, kani siya ang mga chemical, mga garbage, mga waste sa mga tao, ug mga oil spills ug uban pa nga makaharm sa tubig ug sa agwa. So ammonia is mainly caused by the human activities. And next is Algendinopol, which is he will be the one nga mag-give og mga examples ani ug sa akong uban nga mga member sa mga next slide pa. So to explain further, ang kaning chemicals is ammonia is unsafe for those people nga moinom, mo swim o kaning sa kaning mga farming. So syempre, ang kaning water pollution is more Japan ni ang kanang binuhatan nato nga kita rin Japan ang maunay. It is because magamit Japan siya nato for their daily lives manggod. And it is very harmful po sa ato ang environment. So more to ang introduction sa water pollution.
Hello sir, ako rin si Aldrin Dinopol sir. Ako maghatag sa example sa lugar nga na water pollute na or water pollution. Ang una nga example kay sa Pasig River, Manila sa una. Kay kanang Pasig River, Manila sa una kay grabe naka-pollute diha kay dagag basura ug hugaw nga gikan sa mga balay ug mga pabrika o factory. Mao nang lisod kay magamit ang tubig dito. Nya tapos ang labi maapektuhan dito kay kanang duol nga tao nagpuyo dito ug kanang mga isda. So mao to Pasig River, Manila sa una. Nya ug sa kuan pod sa kaya ang tubig dira nasagulan na plastic waste, domestic waste, which is kanang hugaw nga gikan sa mga tao. Nya ang tubig diha kay contaminated na nya nagka-harmful stuff na nya mao nagka-unsafe na ang lugar dira. So mao to kong example sa sa lugar nga na pollute ba, na water pollute na. So thank you sir.
Good morning everyone, my name is Mary Gisco and I will discuss the categories of water pollution. First is groundwater pollution. It is the contamination of underground water resources by harmful substances occurring naturally or from human activities like industrial waste. Factories and industrial facilities can release a variety of pollutants like mga chemical, heavy metals that can contaminate underground if dili siya properly managed. And also sa agricultural activities kay kanang mag-use sila fertilizer or pesticide in farming, huwag na siya maka-contaminate sa groundwater. Kaya if maulan siya, mga chemical kay or other harmful substances, madala na siya sa ulan, tapos mato sa ground. Next is surface water pollution. It is the contamination of river, lakes, ocean, and other bodies of water by chemical, physical, or biological changes. And the biggest pollutant that surface water faces is usually from fertilizer and other harmful chemicals that are used on farm, in homes, and on infrastructure such as roads. Surface water pollution can also come from sewage lake and waste product from farm that leach into the environment. These pollutants are very harmful to humans' water supplies because fertilizer and sewage waste carry many pathogens and waterborne disease. Surface water pollution has serious health implication that unfiltered contamination water is consumed. Therefore, it is important to understand where surface water pollution comes from and how to mitigate the pollution. So next is suspended matter pollution. Suspended matter pollution refers to the presence of solid particles in water that are either dissolved or settle out quickly. These particles can vary size from large debris to microscopic organisms that they contribute to the cloudiness or turbidity of the water. Common source ani kay mga soil erosion. Rainwater runoff carries soil particles from agricultural lands, construction sites, and deforested area into the surface water. Also kana mga decaying organic matter nga mga decomposition of dead plants, animals can release organic particles into water o siya makontaminate ang kanang system ang kanang water. So next is oil spills. Oil spills are when oil is released into the environment, usually sa ocean. This can happen from accident, leaks, or illegal dumping. They hurt wildlife by poisoning, also harm people by causing health problems and hurting industry like fishing and mga tourism. So, kaya siya if mahitabo na siya kay isod kini siya limpyuhan and maka-destroy ni sa mga habitats.
So first, microbiological pollution. So mao na siyang contamination of water na ni present ni ang mga bacteria, mga viruses, fungi. So mao na siya makaharm pod sa mga tao. Bawal na siya sa tubig o sa food na i-intake sa humans. So next is chemical water pollution. So mao na siya example ani niya kay kana leakage sa usa ka industry factory nga mag-produce og chemicals like if magka-leakage ang usa ka industrial nga factory moadto na siya dito sa water. So ara na siya mahitabo ang chemical water pollution. So next, thermal pollution. It is a release of excess heat that can harm aquatic ecosystem. So mo na siya kanang parehas karon nga atong experience like sobra nakainit. If sobra nakainit kay moinit pud ang tubig. So if init kayo ang tubig, like di madasa mga isda, mag anam-anam sila kamatay tungod sa kainit. So mo na siya ang thermal pollution. So next is oxygen depletion. So ang oxygen depletion kay mo ni siya kanang pag anam-anam o kawala og oxygen sa tubig. So unsa man ay pasabutan na. So ang pasabutan ni kay kan kanang for example na usa ka agricultural industry nga na naa sila kana fertilizer. So imbis nga fertilizer kay ato ra kutob sa farm nila or sa ilang mga pantanom, ang fertilizer kay mo run off na siya padung sa tubig if naay kanang duol nga lake sa ilang farm. So adto na mahitabo ang eutrophication. So ang kana eutrophication kay mao na siya kanang grabe nga nutrients sa usa ka fertilizer makuha na ang mga algae, like mga matay ang mga algae. So ara na mahitabo ang algal bloom. So algae dahil kay mao na siya ang lumot, mao na siya gitawag nato nga lumot. So if mga matay na mga lumot na malutaw na sila ng grabe na kadaghan nga lumot, matabunan na sa sun ang sun kay dili na makasud sa tubig, like ang reflection sa sun nga muhatag og nutrients unta sa lumot kay nasa ubos, wala na kay nangamatay naman sila. Yan natabunan naman ang babaw nga surface sa tubig. So if may tabuan na siya mga kadugayan nana na siya kanang ginatawag nga dead zones.
So kana nga dead zones kay wala na siya oxygen na para sa tubig, para sa isda nga mo hangga po oxygen. So mo na siya oxygen deficient. Mulid na siya og kanang pagkahurot sa mga isda. So, mo to. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Maria Lourdes C. Espinosa and I'm here to talk all about chemical waste and radioactive waste. So chemical waste. Chemical waste is a harmful liquid or solid material from factories, farms, and even homes. So this waste can end up in rivers, lakes, and oceans. So we need to be careful, especially because this chemical can poison the water, fish, and other animals. And people who drink or use that water can get very sick, especially as kay kanang maligo ta or kanang other people nga mainom, especially kanang walay kanang homeless. So we need to be very careful when drinking or using water in the ocean. Next is radioactive waste. Radioactive waste, this is dangerous waste from nuclear plants, hospitals, or military weapons. So radioactive waste comes from nuclear power plants, hospital, and places that uses nuclear energy. Sometimes, if not handled properly, this waste can leak into the water sources. Maunang kanang example na kay kanang paggamit sa x-ray sa hospital, kanang mga gamit nila sa weapons. Kanang kung dili siya labay properly kay if mabutang siya sa water kay kanang it can very dangerous, can cause serious health problems like cancer, especially kay dugay siya mawala sa water, years siya mawa sa water, maunang dangerous kay ang radioactive waste. So let's be careful on throwing our waste, especially sa water. Kailangan atong prevent ang paglabay nato sa water. Okay, mao man atong gamiton, especially helpful pa jud kay na siya. Mana, thank you.
Number 1 is sewage. Sewage, it contains human waste like poop and pee, and also soap for washing dishes or clothes, and also for food waste and toilet paper and trash. It's bad because there is possible that it may drain into our river, ocean, that can also pollute our aquatic life, and also it can pollute into our ecosystem. Number 2 is wastewater. Wastewater, it contains oil, grease, soap, shampoo, and also dirty food and dyes and cleaning chemicals. It's bad because when you let that wastewater stays in any area, there is possible that it contains foul smells. And also it's bad because there is possible that it may drain into our ocean, river, that can also harm into our aquatic life and our ecosystem, and it can also pollute our plants.
Good evening. This evening I'll be talking about oil pollution. So oil pollution is one of the major problems that happen in seas and negatively affect the marine life living of it. When does this happen? It happens when there's an oil spill or leak into the ocean. This does not only spread onto the birds, fishes, but also the people who makes a living that depends on the ocean. So let me give you one of the historically example of oil pollution, which is called the Deep Blue Horizon or the Deep Blue accident, which happens during in 2010 in Gulf Mexico, and tragically not only 10,000 or 100,000 but a 1 million barrels of oil spill into the ocean. So you can only imagine the impact of the life that affected on that 1 million barrels spilled into the ocean. So let me give you a picture on what happened. You can only imagine the devastating effects of the marine life during this oil spill pollution. Let me demonstrate to you why oil and water don't mix and what is insoluble. So for this demonstration, I have water, patis o oil. So dire akong ipakita ninyo ang example o insoluble. So ako'y patis dire og oil nga magsilbi sila ang pollution nga mahitabo. So atong i-mix ang atong patis og oil. So ana mix na siya. So makita ninyo ang kani siya is an oil pollution nga mahitabo sa atong dagat. So ugaw kay siya tanawon sa og tinud-anay lang ani na ay many harmful substances nga makadaot sa atong marine life. So mao ni siya ang atong example sa oil pollution. So after ani atong gipakita ato ni siyang iyabo diri sa atong tubig. So as if lang ni siya nga kani siya dagat. Cute kay atong background nga watermelon, no? So aton nang iyabo unsay makita nato, unsay ma-observe ninyo. So, ana. Kita nyo sa nakita ninyo ang oil nga wala ni mix. Kung nakita sa inyo ang substance nga black nga ni corrode sa atong tubig ug sa dagat pa ni nahitabo, the sunlight nga atong makuha dili na murag gi-black sa oil or sa black substance ang kahayag nga mapunta sa life under the ocean. So mao ni siya, no? Awa muna gitawag nato siya nga insoluble. Ano ang insoluble man? Unsay meaning dayana? So ang insoluble dili siya mo mix, which means awa ninyo water nasa bababaw nya ang atong oil nagpalalom nagpahibaw na siya nga dili sila nga substance ang substance sa tubig ug oil dili pareho, so dili sila magmix. Muna atong gitawag og insoluble. The causes. All pollution is caused by us many human activities. First off, oil spills happen when ships or drilling rigs leak into the sea like a deepwater horizon accident. Secondly, pipelines and storage tanks sometimes break and let it flow into the rivers or oceans. Lastly, runoff from factories and vehicles on the land can also carry oil into water systems, especially when it rains. So the effects. What are the effects? Oil pollution has serious effects on the environment and the people. It kills the fish and sea animals, making it hard for them to breathe or move. It destroys the coral reefs and coasts, which are home to sea creatures. It also hurt the people's health and jobs, especially fishermen who depend on clean water to catch fish. In Deep Blue oil spill, thousands of sea animals died and fishing in the area stopped for months, showing how one accident can harm both nature and humans. That's why it's important to prevent oil pollution and protect our oceans for the future. Thank you.
So good morning everyone. Today we will be tackling about what are the causes, the effects, and the solutions of oil pollution. So what are the causes of oil pollution? First is oil spills from ships and drillings.
Second is the leaks from pipelines and tanks. Third is runoff from factories, and these are the effects of oil pollution. First, it kills fish and sea animals. Second, it destroys coral reef and coast. Third, it affects human health and jobs, like for example, fishermen. And these are the solutions of oil pollution. First is strict laws and monitoring. Second is quick cleanup of spills. Third is use cleaner technology. And lastly, educate people on waste care. To conclude everything, oil pollution is harmful to our health and environment. We must act to protect our environment at any cost.
So, for the secondary treatment, it focuses on removing dissolved biodegradable matter. It uses tiny helpers like microorganisms to feed on organic pollutants, and these tiny helpers eats the pollutants to convert it into harmless components. So what are these microorganisms? So I have researched there are two. They use Zooglea and Nitrosomonas. So that's for secondary treatment. And let's move to tertiary treatment. So these treatments is the final polishing stage to remove remaining impurities, like remove the nutrients, to remove nutrients such as nitrogen, phosphorus, and pathogen. So there are three techniques on this treatment. So the first one is filtration, the second one is chemical treatment, and the third one is disinfection. So that's for the tertiary treatment. So it's technically just removing the nutrients. As I've said, the secondary is the microorganism convert the pollutants into a harmless components. So for the last treatment, which is sludge treatment. So what is sludge? So technically, sludge is a solid waste. And in this treatment, so it collects the sludge from the bottom of the tanks. So yeah, it is the final treatment. So it's only removing the solid waste. After all the treatment, it is the final stage of the treatment. So there are two techniques, which is the thickening and digestion and the water. That's for the sludge treatment. So to sum up my part, the secondary treatment is focusing on dissolving the biodegradable organic matter, and they use tiny helpers in this. And the tertiary treatment is the final polishing, which is removing the nutrients, which is the three: the nitrogen, phosphorus, and pathogen. And the last treatment is sludge, which is they collect the sludge on the bottom of the tanks.
How wastewater treatment works. First is preliminary treatment. These steps, remove siya large debris such as plastic, rugs, and sand. Using screen and grit chambers, it prepares the wastewater for further cleaning. Second steps is primary treatment. In this step, wastewater enters o musulod sa sedimentation tank where heavy heavy solid waste o bugat nga mga hugaw nga plastic o mga bato inana gitawag nga sludge. Sink pa na mga bugat nga mga bato mo sink to the bottom, while ang lighter material float. This separate most of solid from the liquid.